And there's this whole narrative that, oh, Asian girls are always with like white boys and they're getting colonized. And
the only reason why girls get the most hate is because of the internalized racism. A lot of Asian girls love coming on this platform and preaching that they love white men and that they'll never date an Asian guy, their own kind.
What kind of guys do you like?
white boys.
I'm not into Asian guys. Why not? The thing is, they're a lot shorter than I am, which is something that I can't.
And the thing is, majority of us guys don't care. We just hate that you guys just bash on your own race. Like, there's a huge difference between having a preference and like literally like hating on your own kind.
I'm gonna rant a little about Asians who want to be white so bad.
So I'm black and Asian, and I grew up with Asians that wanted to be white. And what's funny is I wanted them to accept my Asianness, but I later learned that they didn't even want to be Asian to begin with. And later in life, when I reunited with a lot of these friends that didn't accept me as Asian, we realized that the same source was telling us that we weren't enough, and we didn't appreciate ourselves and our culture. I didn't appreciate my blackness the way that I should have, and they didn't appreciate their Asianness. But I say all this to say, I see a lot of discourse of Asians attacking other Asians, Asians attacking Asians, and Asians attacking white people, but really it's just this ideology that we're all up against that tells us that we're not enough. I don't think that attacking people is going to solve this issue. I think really getting to the source of why we don't appreciate ourselves and our culture is going to be the solution. Otherwise, we're just fighting each other, which is exactly what the system wants.
Guys, one thing I never understood is when Asians say they can't date other Asians because it reminds them of their brother or sister. Like, I try to think about it from their perspective, and it's not like I'm dating my brother or sister if I'm dating an Asian. Like, it's just an Asian person that happens to be the same Asian as me, I guess. But for a lot of these people, that's their only reason for why they can't date the same race as them. Like, they can't say anything else about it, and I'm just like, that's definitely masking some sort of internalized racism, but I've never approached dating an Asian as like, I'm dating my brother.
Asian people in the US are so weird at liking white people more than their own people.
Think of it like this. When COVID hit, remember all the anti-Asian rhetoric that was going around America? Now imagine that energy stretched over a lifetime. Growing up, I'd hear that Asian men are not attractive, we only know how to do math, we can't drive, we have the funny accents, the slanty eyes. It's really hard, given all of that, to grow up as an Asian man in America and be proud of who you are. Now imagine coming home and the people in your house are Asian parents who don't express their emotions, who lay hands on you, who don't ever apologize, who make you feel less than for not wanting to be a doctor or engineer. Mine also called me stupid. Oh, you'll never get into this school, you'll never do this. Look at my friend's son and what he's doing. And so when both your indoor and outdoor environments make you question your self-worth, of course you're going to try and be someone else. I think that's human nature. And in America, what group do you look towards? White people. They are the heroes in all the movies, they're on all the magazines. It is very easy to put them on a pedestal, which I did, admittedly. And my story isn't unique. Now, these days, I am proud of who I am, and my heritage, and my facial structure. But it took a long time and a lot of personal growth and a lot of help from cultural phenomena like K-pop. There is so much more to say about this topic, like, for example, how a lot of Asian Americans don't feel connected to their extended families because they're not Asian enough, or how I in college saw up close white people with their close families and how that impacted me. But I want to keep it short. I hope this helps you and other Asians who didn't grow up in America understand us better.
When an Asian person claims that they hate being Asian or that they hate other Asian people, it is cringe as a fuck. I get it, Asian people are cringe. I can admit to that myself. The black mass, with the Discord servers, with the group chats, with the Yubo. Asian Americans are a pretty cringe group of people sometimes. But it is even worse to hate your own people for no reason. And a lot of this comes from internalized hate caused by bullying or just being around people that aren't Asian all day. Growing up, I hated being Asian. My last name was made fun of all the time. I got told I ate dogs. People made fun of my eyes. Like, I wasn't gonna like being Asian. But I eventually grew out of it when I became more comfortable with myself. You see a lot of self-hating Asian people amongst the Asians that hang out with only white kids. Is it really worth hiding and pushing away your culture for the validation of your white friend group who thinks it's funny to make bat soup jokes? It makes me more sad than mad when I see a clearly brainwashed Asian. Imagine needing to conform so bad to the point where you don't even want to be yourself anymore. Just accept yourself. Get an Essentials hoodie, get earrings, get a dragon tattoo, start vaping, and go to raves. I promise you it's okay.
There is a sickness in the Asian community, especially with the elders and their obsession with what will people say. Log kya kahenge? And I had a conversation with someone recently who wanted to study something at university, but their parents stopped them because it's not respectable and what will people say. So they ended up doing business studies instead because it's more respectable. But the second you do something different, everyone starts treating you like a criminal. You know, you can't switch careers because apparently doing what you enjoy is embarrassing unless it comes with a fancy title. You can't marry this person or that person because they're from a different village and that's shameful. And the crazy part is people will literally destroy their peace and happiness to impress the wider family and community who really only want you to fail anyway. They don't really give a shit about you. The community doesn't care. But I want to hear from you guys. You know, I want to see, is caring what people think just part of the culture now, or is it a sickness that we've inherited from our elders?
I'm mad at Asian Americans because why are we so smart but so silent? What's with the silence? I suspect that if we opened our mouths, we would side with black people and other brown people as the real American heroes. Yeah, we're brown, not white. But this would disrupt the white supremacy brainwash we're caught in. And deep down, we hate ourselves for siding with whiteness. We know they're wrong. Our silence is the sound of us hating ourselves. But that's the Squid Game trap that they set for us, an Asian American matrix that messes with our reality. And it's all based on hating black people. You know, the ones we're all secretly trying to copy, even the white peoples. White supremacy isn't smart, but it's tricky like that. You like being tricked? I don't know any Asians who put up with that. We gotta decolonize ourselves and find Asian joy. Therein lies our voice.
I love being Asian, but I don't love Asian friend groups. I feel like every Asian friend group is incestual and toxic. I don't mean incestual in the Alabama way. I mean incestual in the fact that they date each other. You cannot have a friend group in which the friends fuck each other. That's just a delayed orgy, not a friend group. I feel like there's always a level of competition amongst one another. Who's the most attractive? Who gets the most money? Who's the most well-liked? It's like all the years of academic validation and needing love from their parents channeled into this thing of needing to be better than the people around them. And it's even worse if the group is a variety pack of Asians. Because then the Korean people, they're going to speak Korean to one another, excluding everyone else and making them feel like spectators on their conversation. Then the Viet people are too busy asking to go band for band with their gold necklaces. The Filipinos are too busy singing. It causes problems every single time. I think this only happens amongst teenagers and people in their 20s. Because if a group of Asians can come together and do Tai Chi in the park with one another, why can't you guys unite together and just go to one rave without any problems occurring? Work it out. Or should I say, walk it out.
There truly is nothing more embarrassing than seeing my Asian sisters down so bad for these crusty average white men. Like, can we please get a grip? It's 2023 and some of y'all still are struggling with internalized self-hate like this. Really, it's time to grow up. Like, it's even more embarrassing that some of y'all still have the gall to say, I don't date Asians in 2023.